Excuse me. Welcome back to Case Closed Anime Review, episode 233. We are reviewing episode number 1123, the Nagano-Gunma Prefectural Border Murder Case Part 1, which this is a canon episode, and it adapts from the entirety of Chapter 1082 and the first half of Chapter 1083. I'm like, not surprising, they always do this. So, we start off with Mori, where he's reunited a mother with her son, who had run home because he failed the entrance exam 3 times. I'm like, take it again and try to make sure you pass this time, dude. And apparently the only way they found him was via social media. Like, okay. And after they go off, it's like, oh, that's going to be because we're here in Gemma. So then he, like, okay, he can recognize, like, an online review. He's like, that's not trustworthy, that. So he contacts Yema. Even though he just saw him just not even 18 episodes ago. No, seriously, it's been like 18 episodes. So he's not even seen him like since like last year. In that two-parter, actually, which is not last year, it was not 18 episodes. It was actually just a few months ago. And the filler story, the Rude Gumball case. He's like, oh, hi, Maury. I have a little, like, I would probably love to recommend you a restaurant. We have a slight issue. We have a murder victim, and we're having a dispute of which direction it's in, with 3 officers. One is dark skinned, a pretty one with a bun, and a smart guy. And Cohen's like, I know who those 3 are. Yes. It's the return of Kumi. That is Marufushi, Yuri, and Yamato. Now, of the 3, Yuri and Takai, these 2 were last seen back in episode 1005, which came out 3 years ago. So this is the first time in the anime, 3 years. I think it's probably a little longer in terms of the manga. So it's been a while. Yep. And yeah, and the murder victim is like, they find him. Apparently, this hotel is on the border between these 2 provinces, these prefectures. Like, it's a cross-jurisdiction type of case. And now, of course, Yuma does remember the other 2 because they were in Tokyo to solve some serious murders in the whole country. Of course, they remember that. But when he sees Kumi, he's like, you look familiar. Have you met before? He's like, I don't think so. And then later on he reveals that, oh yeah, I do remember you. Would your last name be Marufushi? Yes. You happen to know someone named, like, what was his name here? It was, Hamashu? And he's like, yeah, that's my younger brother. You knew my brother? Yeah, we're childhood friends. I haven't spoken to him in years. And he mentions, oh yeah, the fact that he's responsible because he quit the police force. And apparently, like, them being fans of Mass Yaiba, aka the show's version of Kamen Rider, apparently this inspired him to join the police force. I'm like, okay, that's a really cool idea to see that they're fans of a show that the kids in the show, like, they love having this very day, and the fact that he's a police officer because of it. Now, of course, he probably doesn't know the fact that he's dead. I looked up basically a little research on him. That, yeah, this is Scotch. The guy who Aki, the one of the FBI agents, was accused of murdering by rye, aka bourbon. Yep. He apparently does not know the fact he joined the Black Organization. Well, actually, he joined the Public Security Bureau, and the fact that Scott actually was his mentor. And he blames him for the death of his mentor. When in actuality, he didn't kill him. He committed suicide in order to protect the cover. Yep. That I thought was quite interesting, the fact that apparently doesn't know the fact he's dead. So, the murder victim is like, he's like doing this, and apparently he's like leaning his legs, and apparently where the body position is actually on the very border. Because the hotel, like, once at his parking lot, is the German preference, and this other side is the other one. I'm like, as far as I can tell, in real life, this can kind of happen, where you have like a business, or in some cases a city where it's on a border. Like I've heard there's a city in Texas where half the city is in the U.S. and the other half is in Mexico. Now, as for why in the world it's like this, I have no idea. Like, I've also heard stuff in various counties that can have businesses like this, so this is nothing unusual. But in the case of this show, this is just pure coincidental. Oh, and the murder victim, he's a live streamer. Yes, seriously. And they reveal that he and the other three are here because they want to figure out who has the best soba. Is it the Gunma or Naho? And of course, yeah, Emma's like, yeah, his soba's better. And that's the only reason. And apparently, the hotel that they happen to be staying at just happens to serve both sobas. So they're food critics. Figure out which one's better. I'm like, okay, that's quite interesting. So then they show how the guy died. Apparently, he was whacked to death with basically a sock with a rock in it, which they referred to in this episode as a blackjack. Now, I personally have not heard the term before, but I have seen this before. Someone pick a rock, put in a sock. Like I've seen in wrestling, they put a baseball thing and they whack some of it, and it look like. Here's the thing: that actually looks like it actually hurts. A rock is worse. I've never heard of the term blackjack related to basically a weapon like this before. Maybe some gang thing, whatever. But the only time I heard the name blackjack is the card game blackjack. That's where I've heard of it from. I played blackjack before. It's a interesting game, but I would probably recommend betting money on it. So there are three people, and they also via security footage, look later, and basically the two of them basically contacted one police department, contacted the other at either exactly 11 o'clock or 11:01. And the other guy apparently didn't hear anything. He was told about this because the girl's knocking at his door. Because there's two girls, one a pretty woman, the other, of course, a chubby woman. The other one basically just a normal guy. He was kind of chunky too. And by the way, all three of these are about the same age. Like the pretty woman, she's like about 28. Like all three are 28 years old, just by sheer coincidence. I mentioned, they stream on a service that leaves ad revenue. Like I wonder if basically this is a possible stand-in for YouTube, because you can kind of do this either with YouTube or some other streaming service, basically like this, or at least some other thing. Now they do kind of clear the pretty woman of the murder because they expected she might be the one who killed him, but in actuality, no, not well. They kind of clear her, but it's not really definitive here. Where like they do, in fact, he sees her from a window because of her hair. Now, could have been one of the other two. Don't know. We'll find out next episode. But the episode ends with, Maury knocking a picture that happens to have a woman in it who's not there, and they'll explain next episode who this woman is. I gotta admit, this actually was a really good episode. I love all the development, all the character stuff here going on in this episode. There's nothing with Black Organization here per se, but lots of good character stuff here. And I in my opinion, I like the anime version of this chapter better, because if you read the manga chapter, it seems like kind of some stuff happens, but not a lot per se. Also, apparently how Yama knew Kumi's brother is that they met while looking for bugs, and they formed their own living house, which is their secret base, which apparently one side of the base is in one preference, the other one's in the other, and like he got him the card that he apparently had seen for 20 years, and that's what explains stuff. But damn good episode, loved it. Okay, so that's a particular view. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do not hit dislike button. Next up is the Comic Corner. I may have time later on with my stream tonight to work on one or two more anime. Next anime, because I can confirm it was definitely released, Blue Exorcist. That'll be the next one. But after the Comic Corner. Okay, next video. Bye.